First impression of the wheel, it's very good. It feels very good. The braking pedal is very stiff and hard to push. The wheel is leather and feels very good in hand. I did not need to wear any gloves while racing in Forza Horizon 4 or Project Cars. It is very good, but for some reason, it gets a lot more delay than you'd think it would. In Forza Horizon 4, it feels like it has a lot more delay than in Project Cars. But for first impressions, very solid wheel for the price. It's very good. Extremely good. But, it does have a few downsides. Some of the buttons are still not programmed, even though this issue has been an issue ever since 2015. But it really does not matter that much, because most of this is not really needed. Most buttons are not needed. But it has the delay. It has a very high delay on Forza, but not on Project Cars. It feels very smooth on Project Cars, while in Forza, very delayed. This is my wheel race on Forza, but it is very good. Feels very well, and the metal and leather feel very good. But parts of it, like plastic, aren't that good. They don't feel super high quality. But the A, B, Y, X buttons feel very good. D-pad feels decent material. It's very good. Very good wheel for the price. The force feedback is extremely strong. Sometimes when I'm playing Project Cars, it'll rip the wheel straight out of my hands. I'm not entirely sure how to downsize the force feedback on the wheel in Project Cars, but it's still very good and enjoyed it way more. I've only played 3 days with the wheel, and I think I'm doing way better than I've ever done on a controller using Project Cars. But I can tell it will take me some time to learn how to drift with the wheel compared to using a controller. The wheel is very it's better for racing. But I will let the race speak for itself. starting race 2 with the controller. The controller that I've been using for multiple years, it surprised me whenever I went into race 2 on how different it felt after 3 days of using a wheel. The wheel just feels smoother, faster, not lag faster, just faster in general. But the wheel just feels way better, and having leather into your hand instead of plastic also helps. I had a lot of fun racing with the wheel than I did with a controller, probably because the wheel is more new and different than the controller, but I still have a lot of fun. 20 minutes ago, when I raced Project Cars using the wheel, doing time trials and stuff, every lap I did in time trials, I got faster and faster. It just proves on how good that wheel is for the price. It's a very good starter wheel, but it works better with older titles than newer titles. Like in Forza, I mentioned this in the other recording of voiceover, that the wheel had delay. It really does. It's probably around half a second delay. But in Project Cars, there's hardly any delay. It's not great, but it's very much better than Forza's delay with the wheel. But I still enjoy playing Forza, even with the delay. It's incredible. Using the force feedback, I haven't really tried using rally cars on dirt with the wheel. Because that force feedback, if you go on Forza and put it at 65, it will rip it out of your hands, and you will not go in a straight line. That's how strong this force feedback is. And this is only the G920. But the G923 has True Force, which I can't imagine how that feels compared to the force feedback of the G920. It feels really good, feels very fast, and I'm happy with what I got. It's very good. I'll just let the race speak for itself. As you saw in the races, I did go slower in the wheel, but it felt a lot better racing with the wheel than it did with the controller. But I feel the reason I lost the wheel in the race was because I broke too hard. The braking system is it's very stiff whenever you're trying to race. And hard braking is very hard. You have to press down on that brake like no tomorrow. Yes, I am using a Mickey Mouse desk. It's because I'm kind of moving, doing a bunch of other stuff here and there, and I wanted to get a video out as soon as possible. But it still worked perfectly fine with the desk. It's the force feedback and the wheel being a little hard made it where the desk moved a lot. So if you ever do get this wheel, get a stable desk and make sure you have the pedals on a wall or something, because those pedals are very, like, whenever you're pressing down on the braking system, I had to put it up against a piece of wood and a block. And still, even with that, every time I pushed down on the brakes, I would move my chair back. That's just how strong this the suspension is for the braking system. If there's any way to fix the suspension and the braking system, I would very much like to know, because it's very stiff and hard to push, but it's still very fun.